There's that stain that I could never get up from the previous owners. Cleaning off all of our open shelving. And carpet's coming out of this room also, and I've already started cleaning things out of here. So it'll be a fun next couple of weeks. Carpet ripped up in here, most of the stuff out. Still got some more to do. And then this morning I took off all of the quarter round essentially. Wherever we already had wood floors. And then I marked it all. So this is just so that I have stain pieces. I do not have to stain or try to match, and less pieces that I have to paint. And I just went back and forth with some pliers and broke off the nails. They're not flush by any means, but that should save a little bit of cost and time. And then while I'm doing that, I'm also trying to paint our water leak, since we finally figured out where it was leaking and hopefully got that fixed. So I've been doing a few coats of Kills and a few coats of what we're guessing was the ceiling paint. And I cannot say enough good things about Sherwin-Williams and trying to look back to when this house was built and figuring out what ceiling paint would have been used. So so they got finished today and I'm loving it. Not sure exactly how all this is going to end up being, but it'll work. And then we ended up taking it easy around the hearth because we had the built-ins done since we've lived here. So we just went ahead and did easy cutting and nailed those in versus doing something different. We really probably could have angled the boards and did more like a picture frame, but I'm probably gonna have something sitting here in each corner anyway, and this was just a lot simpler. But super excited. And now we have to pick the stain. Okay, Brian just came and put this stain down, and that is actually the stain that my mom has on her floor. So my mom used this early American stain at her house and really liked it. And then this is just with the water-based polyurethane, so all natural, no stain. The nice thing about using the water stain is that we get into the house quicker, and it does not yellow over time like polyurethane does. So this is probably natural, but it is definitely yellowed over time. So decisions. I was really leaning towards the stain. Hubby was really leaning towards just sealing it. Did put a poll on Instagram to kind of see what everybody else thought. Majority called for dark, but it was pretty evenly split. But it made me feel better about just going with my instincts and doing the darker of the two. It's really hard to see what things look like on camera versus in person. And the natural I really like in theory, but to me it was just too yellow. I did put a coat of paint on the shoe because I thought it would be easier to do it by itself versus already attached to the baseboard. It ended up being much easier to group them all together and do one side at a time versus trying to do each individual board. The next time I come in here, the floors will be done. And it'll actually be a full week until I get to come to the house because while we're gone, I am going to be leaving to go help my friend Marcia set up at Orinoco, an antique show. That fit through after we took the drawer off, but then we couldn't put the basket back in for the drawer, so we kind of jerry-rigged some of our frozen food in there, and you can see Matt's trying to squeeze in. So it was a tight fit. And we also got the stove out. And so we are good to go. Next up, we're gonna put our bed in the bathroom and we're done. We were kicked out of the house for sanding and staining, but they did send me a few pictures. Matt and the kids got to go back in the house on a Thursday night, but I didn't get home until Saturday. And Matt sent me a picture while I was in Orinoco at the antique show, but seeing it in person was even better than the video. When I got home, I got coffee and I got to cleaning. I wanted to get the house put back together. I went one wall at a time, starting at the ceiling and working my way down. Why anyone thought it was okay to put white shoe next to the oak floors and the raw wood built-ins, I have no idea. So I immediately got to work in taking this off. It did not come off like the rest of the shoe that I took off earlier in the video, but it didn't really matter because I didn't need to save any of it.